I'll just note a few little articles from last couple of days. And yeah, there was all these pride parades that have just turned out to be having nothing to do with LGBs, but mostly just a bunch of weirdos, the TQs and assorted weirdos that don't hesitate to flaunt their nudity or their kinks in front of people who may not want to see it, including kids. But if women say anything against the TRA cult, she gets beaten up or attacked. And Kate Yang, who's known among the rad femmes and stuff for her really good videos on her channel, The Deprogrammer, she was attacked because she just put a simple sign that said "Stop Female Erasure." You know, it's pretty simple. But anyway, I was just kicked, hit, pushed, mobbed by dozens of people in Washington Square Park. Males who identify as female called me blank and assaulted me. She was holding a sign that read, "Defend female sex-based rights," when she had her placard ripped violently out of her hands as she was hit in the head with a cup of water. These are the guys, and what gets me is so many of these people are women that will sell other women down the river, and I've ranted about that lots of times. But anyway, they rant and they'll rave about it, and attack other women for stating the obvious, that men don't belong in women's spaces. And these dudes that do act out, which they invariably do, they prove the point. And I've said it repeatedly, other people have said it repeatedly. This is why you can't have them in women's spaces or cheating in women's sports. And then, speaking of which, I thought this was hilarious. This writer, apparently, he's upset that Lance Armstrong has a lot of damn nerve talking about fairness in sports. Well, I tell you, it takes one to know one. It takes a cheat to know a cheat. So I'm all for Lance Armstrong, of all people, to speak out about cheating in sports. I think it's perfectly appropriate. He knows. A cheat knows a cheat. But, it may be his personality is such that he still thinks he needs to be in the spotlight. So it may be just self-serving. Well, of course he has a unique willingness. He knows all about cheating. He knows all about doping. He isn't a dope. He may have doped, but he's not a dope. But, Armstrong responded to one of those people who seemed incredulous that the disgraced cyclist was lecturing people about fairness. He wants to bring all sides to the table. I think it's hilarious. I think it's absolutely hilarious. Why shouldn't he? He's a damn cheater and a fake. So, talking about other cheaters and fakes, although they're arguably worse. And then there are a couple of articles, my battery's running very low, about why the Supreme Court really killed Roe v. Wade, and it's about political hacks that have an agenda and they don't care about precedent or much else. So it's a very long article. It's a good article. So I'm going to put that here. And then a related article, which was in Slate. You don't have to just blame movement people for this stuff. You could go and talk about so-called liberals who didn't think Roe v. Wade was decided legitimately. So thanks, no thanks. Good riddance. That he's no longer. I mean, I'm sorry he's dead, but he. Who the hell was this guy? John Hart Ely, and he was this really prestigious professor, and now they thought, well, it's poorly argued. It was poorly. Never mind precedent. Never mind the right to privacy was in previous cases. Never mind all that. And then somebody like Alito takes that and uses that to write his little hack screed, turning it back to the states. Since when should women's bodies be regulated by the states? What the hell? What the damn hell? So anyway, before I run completely out of power, I thought I'd note these articles. But the one that's the funniest by far is Lance Armstrong, because I've talked about him in connection with this GI nonsense. So why shouldn't he talk about it? You know, he's a cheat, and it takes a cheat to know a cheat. Anyway, that is it.